The Fraternal Order of Police, its National Vice President, Joe Gamaldi. Joe, always great to see you. Okay, let's go through the latest mayhem on U.S. streets. Our team has been doing reporting. We're contacting police in Chicago. Still no word on whether arrests were made in this mob incident caught on video. A mob of over 100 people in Chicago attacked a state trooper's car, jumped on the hood, shattered the windshield, kicked the car through rocks, bricks, and fireworks. Talk to us about why there's no arrests or anything going on right now with this.
Well, I'll tell you, to see that video, Liz, as a police officer, it's absolutely infuriating to see this mob of miscreants throwing bricks, smashing windshields, firing fireworks on them, all while the idiots in the background film it and laugh. But, you know, this is the perfect example of the lawlessness that we're seeing in our communities, because we have an entire generation of people who are told they're not accountable for their own actions. They have no respect for authority or police officers. And we know for sure that nobody in Chicago is going to actually prosecute these crimes, because look at the leadership there. You got Kim Foxx, who's under investigation for her own domestic violence case, so she's not exactly an authority on law and order. And you have Mayor Lightfoot, who's too busy, you know, virtue signaling for whatever woke issue of the week it is, to give a damn about the hundreds of people being murdered in her city every single day. The leadership there should be ashamed of what they've done to Chicago, and the people there need to hold them accountable, because you know damn sure they're not going to do their job and arrest these folks.
You know, Joe, this other story, too. Former Olympic volleyball player Kim Glass brutally beaten by a homeless man in Los Angeles, suffering really horrific injuries there. There's Kim Glass right there. We also had a 14-year-old boy stabbed and killed on a Manhattan subway. And in San Francisco, a shocking video. Elementary school children trying to make their way through an open-air drug den after school. The list goes on and on.
It's horrible, and we continue to see it nationwide, and I just don't know, how many stories do we need to see before everybody wakes up and realizes that this woke agenda that's being pushed in every single urban community is literally killing our communities? It's killing individuals there, and now some of these incidents are certainly high profile, but how do you watch that video of that open-air drug den as a parent and not say, we can't do this anymore? We can't have this in our streets if we want a civilized society. And recent polling data shows in San Francisco just how fed up they are. 88% think homelessness is out of control. 69% say they don't even feel safe walking the streets. The current path we are on is not sustainable. We need to bring back law and order in our communities.
You know, we have also this. FBI Director Christopher Wray is talking about the frustration on the part of law enforcement about weak on crime prosecutors letting back out on the streets violent felons. Watch this.
I hear this from chiefs and sheriffs all the time across our country. More and more, some of the worst offenders, one way or another, continue to find themselves back out on the street. And if there's anything more frustrating to a law enforcement officer than putting a bad guy behind bars who should have been behind bars, it's putting the same bad guy behind bars over and over again.
You know, Joe, the polls show voters are saying enough already. I mean, crime is right up there with inflation in terms of voter concerns. I mean, releasing known felons and criminals with long track records back on the street, no bail, reform laws. The cities are dramatically less safe, right? And now we've got this shocking new video obtained by the New York Post, a harrowing moment. A Manhattan bodega worker, Jose Alba, he had to defend himself. He almost got killed by a violent ex-con, a career criminal. He tried to attack him, and the ex-con's girlfriend appears to pull a knife on him as well. Now, this individual has been stabbed to death. Alba has been charged with murder. Your take on this story?
Well, you know, Liz, I've been a police officer for 17 years, and I've never seen it this bad on the streets. The criminals are literally laughing at us when we catch them because they know they're going to be out with just a pinky promise to show up to court. But, you know, this case in New York that you're talking about, this is the utopia that DA Alvin Bragg promised everyone. You know, he's cutting sweetheart deals for murderers, rapists, and robbers. Crime is up 40%, violent crime in New York. And now we have this case, an elderly bodega worker with no criminal history who is violently attacked and choked, and he defends himself, and he's charged with murder. But it gets even better, because then the girlfriend of the attacker stabs Alba and she's not even charged. So I think, this is a complete miscarriage of justice. It's disgusting, but this is so on brand for D.A. Bragg because he shows that he cares more about coddling criminals than he does about victims. And in this case, he's maliciously prosecuting a victim. He's an embarrassment to New York City, and he should resign. And every elected official in New York, if you actually care about your constituents, you should be demanding his resignation. And I'm talking to you, Mayor Adams. You ran on a platform of law and order. Now it's time to grow a spine and call for Alvin Bragg's resignation.
Joe Gamaldi, come back soon. Thanks for your service to our country. It's good to have you on.